Well, coming up, Toronto grade 2 class is sending an emissary to Vancouver with very specific orders.
John, what would you like to see Stanley do when he's at the Olympics?
Play hockey.
Play hockey. What else might Stanley do?
Snowboarding and curling.
And this is Stanley. That story next on The National. Well, if you're not lucky enough to actually come out here to Vancouver for the Olympics, there are other ways of getting in on the action. The CBC's Melissa Fung now with a classroom full of kids and a guy named Stanley.
Raise your hand if you can tell me how many days until the Olympics are going to start.
Vicky Steele and her grade 2 class at Toronto's Allenby school are pumped for the Winter Olympics.
We made this torch and that baby was the flame.
Most exciting of all, their class mascot, Flat Stanley, is going to be there. For a paper cutout, Stanley's a pretty famous guy. He's even got his own series of kids' books.
He's sort of someone who got smushed. One of them, he was smushed by a bed. One of them, he was smushed by a board. And then he has all these kind of adventures.
John, what would you like to see Stanley do when he's at the Olympics?
Play hockey.
Play hockey. What else might Stanley do?
Snowboarding and curling.
Okay.
He should take some pictures of Vancouver.
Yeah, so we can see Vancouver.
Flat Stanley will be traveling with Randy Starkman. He's a sports reporter who will be covering the Winter Olympics for the Toronto Star.
He's so flat that you can just take him anywhere, so he's quite a conversation starter.
Stanleys come in all shapes and sizes. In fact, Randy Starkman took a different Stanley to the 2006 Winter Olympics in Turin, Italy. Stanley was a big hit, so Randy decided to look for another one to take along this year.
I just thought I got to come up with a Flat Stanley, so on my blog I advertised, I said, desperately seeking Stanley.
And I quickly emailed him back saying, I am Flat Stanley's biggest fan. You have to take our class as Flat Stanley.
This is where Stanley's going to be going, right here.
More than anything, what I like to do for the kids is try to bring Flat Stanley and get the athletes to hold him. I mean, in Turin, he got held by Clara Hughes after she won her gold medal in speed skating in the 5,000 meters. You know, and there he was with Cindy Klassen and her 5 medals. There was Stanley. One of the things that happened to Flat Stanley in Turin is he actually got ran over by a Zamboni on the ice at the Lingato Oval. And so the kids from the Allenby school, one of them was saying that he wanted to see Stanley on the Hamboni.
When Randy comes back, he's going to bring us the journal. The journal would have all sorts of adventures that Stanley did at the Olympics. If I was to give you an example, probably maybe him looking at some skeleton or something. And maybe the luge. Go Canada, go!
Yeah, good luck to Stanley.
Melissa Fung, CBC News, Toronto.